and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl Maria Milagros here, and I have a pen, which means I'm serious business today. Okay, so during the month of March, we're talking about happiness, how to get there, how to allow yourself to be there, right? The first thing that we did last week is we talked about these three different components. The first was asking yourself the question, do I want to be happy? That's a real question. Because a lot of times people will say that they want to be happy, but when actually handed happiness on a golden platter, they're like, no, thank you, I'm full. And the truth is, they are full of doubt, full of misery, full of old stories, full of suffering, full of unforgiveness. They're full of a lot of stuff that is limiting themselves from being happy. So we really have to ask ourselves, do I want to be happy? And then if we say yes, then the question is, am I willing to let myself be happy? Am I holding on to an old story or even a current story about what someone else is doing or what something else is happening? And I'm saying, I don't get to be happy because of these circumstances. Because a lot of us realistically do that, right? And when you find someone who really is happy, you think that they must be a Buddhist monk or they must live in a yurt in the middle of the forest. And the truth is that you can be both happy and a functioning human in society with other humans. Even in a bustling city, it is possible. And the reason why I know it's possible is because I've been doing it. Truly, I've been doing it. Anybody who knows my story, you know that in my childhood there was sexual abuse. You know that I had some depression because of the sexual abuse that I dealt with well into my 20s. You know that I had all these issues, right? My life is not perfect by any means that like money is always flowing and everything's always taken care of and blah, 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 magic. But my life is always perfect in that the expectation is that my needs are going to get met because I know who I am and whose I am. And I know who my source is. And I stay connected to my source and I allow my happiness to stem from this place, right? The happiness has to come from here first and foremost. So no matter what's happening outside of here, be it a circumstance or a person, I'm not surrendering my power to that circumstance or that person because I am deserving and worthy of happiness at all times. So this week, I have 2 C words that I want to give you to help you continue this path and this journey to happiness. The first is consciousness, or rather just being conscious, just being aware rather of when you are not letting yourself be happy, when you are allowing your happiness to be conditional. We have to start paying attention. Once we decide I'm going to be happy because I deserve it, period. Then we have to start paying attention to those moments that pop up when we're not allowing ourselves to be happy, when we are allowing the condition when we're surrendering our power rather to a condition or a person so that we can take a step back and say, oh, I see what's happening here, right? So what I'm going to have to do is create a shift. What I'm going to have to do is really look at the situation for what it is and not surrender my power to the situation. What I'm going to have to do is blah, blah, blah. Like there's a whole list of things that we can do, but we have to start first and foremost by being aware, being conscious of when we are surrendering and when we are allowing ourselves to really be in a space of happiness, right? And then the second thing that we have to do, and it's tied into the whole making a decision to be happy, is we have to commit. Like I'm going to commit to my decision to be happy, which means, again, that when I am not being happy, I am going to then acknowledge it and say, okay, but I made a decision over here, so I'm going to go ahead and create a shift. I'm going to find something good. And if I can't find something good in this person or situation, then I'm going to find something good in myself, in my life. There's always something going right. There's always something going right, but we have a tendency to be focused on the things that are not going right and then to surrender our happiness because of this external condition or person, right? We have to practice, ask yourself the questions, make a decision, become consciously aware and practice becoming aware, and then committing. I'm going to pull myself back. I'm going to pull myself back. I'm going to pull myself back because you are deserving and worthy of happiness and health. Not because of anything you did or did not do. Not because of your past decisions, whether you consider them to be mistakes or failures or not, which are really just learning lessons, right? And everybody is always doing the best they can with what they know how. That's not why you deserve happiness. You deserve happiness because you are a living, breathing, amazing human. And when you are happy, you are literally like scientifically proven. You are releasing energy, you are releasing vibrations that are creating ripple effects throughout the entire world. So when you're happy and healthy, the planet is happier and healthier. This is a true story. When you are rooted in depression and you're rooted in the space of suffering and you're holding on to labels and you're identifying with that stuff, those vibrations that you're sending out into the world, not so happy and healthy, which is creating a not so happy and healthy planet. True story. So if we want there to be a better planet, rather than saying that person needs to change and that circumstance needs to change and that needs to be different and then I'll be happy, which is basically saying, here's my power, here's my power, here's my power. Please give me my power back, right? We need to be done with that. Instead, we go, I see that person, I see that situation, I see that condition, and I'm still choosing to be happy. I'm still choosing to hold on to something good so that I can look at that person with eyes of appreciation and love and see them, really, you ready for this? As another human, as an imperfect human who is also doing the best they can with what they know how. And then maybe I can extend some grace to them. Right? I can see that situation for what it is. It's not a catastrophe. It's a slight inconvenience. And you know what I can handle? Inconveniences. Your life, my life, the fact that we're still here has proven that we can handle inconveniences, even some catastrophes, one after another. We are resilient and resourceful and intelligent and capable and creative. We have everything that we need to handle those things. But when you decide that that thing is bigger, stronger, more powerful than you are, you surrender yourself, your happiness, your health to that thing. To a thing, y'all. To a thing. And we have got to make the conscious decision to take our power back, to decide that we're going to be happy and healthy and to commit to that decision because the planet needs it. The planet needs it. Especially now. Okay, that's all I have to say. That got a little passionate and I'm not sorry. Okay, I love you. I hope this was a benefit. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it. If you haven't already subscribed, you can head over to my website, www.mariamilagros.net, and you can sign up for my free mailing list. You can also give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down. Hell, if you didn't like it, you watched it. And put something in the comments about your decision to be happy and healthy or any part of this video that stood out to you or any part of a conversation that you want to have. Like, let's talk about it, yo. Let's talk about it. That's what this is about. I hope your week is magic. I hope your weekend is magic. And I hope the start of next week is magic. And it can be if you choose to retain your power and to decide to consciously commit to your happiness because you deserve it and the world needs it. True story. I love you so much. Peace.